The moment my mother's voice crackled through the phone, calm, almost sweet, I handed your keys to Elena. She's settling in while you're away. I felt something inside me fracture, not with rage, not with shock, but with the cold, clean snap of a rope finally giving way after years of strain. I was 4,200 miles from home, standing barefoot on a stone balcony in Crete, the Aegean wind tugging at my shirt, salt thick on my lips. The sunset was bleeding orange across the water, the kind of beauty postcards lie about because they can't capture how lonely perfection can feel. My wife, Lena, was inside rocking our 4-year-old son, Elias, to sleep. His small breaths were the only sound softer than the waves. I pressed the phone harder against my ear, as if pressure could make the words untrue. She kept talking, casual, like she was telling me she'd watered the plants. Elena's been through so much. She needs a stable roof for the kids. You're hardly ever home anyway. In the background I heard my father mutter, low and familiar, he's on another trip. What's the big deal? I didn't yell. I didn't beg. I just said, very quietly, okay, and ended the call. That single word surprised even me. My name is Elias Kane, and for 37 years I've been the family's safety net, the one who catches without complaint. They call me the quiet one, the reliable one, the one who'll sort it out. What they never called me was owner, of my time, my money, my home. Until that night on the balcony, I hadn't fully admitted it to myself either. I've spent most of my adult life building walls around what I earn. I'm a senior financial analyst for a mid-sized logistics firm, nothing flashy, just numbers that keep trucks moving across 3 continents. Base pay sits at $158,000. Bonuses push it higher most years. I still take small freelance consulting gigs on the side, spreadsheets for indie filmmakers, cash flow projections for startups, another $20, $30K quietly stacked away. I never told them the full number. The last time I let slip I'd received a raise, my mother started talking about how Elena's car needed replacing, how the kids deserved better preschool, how family shares blessings. So I learned to let them believe I scraped by, freelance gigs here, odd jobs there, always figuring it out. It kept the requests smaller. Or so I thought. Elena is my younger sister by 4 years. She arrived in the world loud, charming, fragile in a way that made everyone rush to shield her. If she stumbled, the whole house tilted toward her. If I stumbled, I was handed a broom and told to clean up my own mess. The script was set early. Elena forgets her lines in the school play, mom cries with her in the car. I miss a scholarship deadline, dad says, you're smart. You'll manage. I managed. Always. I read her leases when landlords tried to screw her. I covered her credit card debt when interest started choking her. When she had her twins and called me sobbing at 2 a.m., I can't do this alone, I drove 3 hours with formula, diapers, and a check that emptied my emergency fund. Every time I tried drawing a line, my mother would tilt her head and murmur, we take care of our own, Elias. That's what love looks like. Love, apparently, has no locks. Lena, my wife, saw it long before I did. She's a trauma nurse, she reads people the way I read balance sheets. Quiet, unflinching, devastatingly accurate. The first Christmas she spent with my family, my mother pulled her aside and whispered, thank you for taking care of him. He's always needed someone solid. Lena smiled, then later, in our hotel room, she looked at me and said, your mom speaks about you like you're still a teenager who needs fixing. I brushed it off. Years later, after Elena's latest crisis, Lena sat me down and said, very gently, they're not asking for help anymore, love. They're assigning you a role. And you keep accepting the part. Lena didn't argue. She just asked, and who are you when you're not the rescuer? I didn't have an answer then. 2 weeks before Crete, Elena texted me a photo of packed boxes. Between leases again, she wrote. My mother called the same day. She might need your spare room for a little while. I was in our home office, calendar open, every direct debit glowing green, control disguised as order. How long is a little while? I asked. Oh, sweetheart, my mother sighed, just until she lands on her feet. I pictured Elias's bedroom, his dinosaur posters, the bunk bed we'd built together, the nightlight shaped like a moon. No, I said. We're going away. No one gets the keys. Silence. Then my father's voice, hard, you're choosing a vacation over your own blood. I said, I'm choosing my son's home over convenience. My mother exhaled like I'd slapped her. We'll handle it. I should have known what handle it meant in her dictionary. On the fourth night of our trip we ate at a cliffside taverna, grilled octopus, tzatziki sharp with garlic, white wine cold enough to hurt the teeth. Elias fell asleep against my chest, sticky with honey from baklava. Lena's foot rested against mine under the table. For once, the world felt small and safe. Then the phone lit up. My mother's name. I answered. Elias, don't overreact, she began, voice bright. I gave Elena your keys. She's moving some things in. It's temporary. The octopus turned to stone in my stomach. You had a key. My voice sounded distant, like someone else's. I've always kept one. For emergencies. The emergency being that I said no. In the background, Elena laughed, bright, careless. My father added, you're halfway across the world. What's the harm? Lena's eyes locked on mine. She didn't speak. She just nodded once, do it. I stood, walked to the edge of the balcony, wind whipping my hair. Okay, I said again. My mother sounded triumphant. I knew you'd come around. I didn't correct her. I dialed my landlord instead, Mr. Delgado, 64, former Navy, owns 4 walk-ups downtown. No nonsense. He picked up on the first ring. Elias. It's late. Someone entered my apartment without permission, I said. My mother gave my sister a key. She's changed the locks. Moved furniture in. A long breath. You didn't approve this. No. Text me the address again. I'm on my way. Locksmith first, then police if needed. I sent the details. He called back in 90 seconds. I'm driving over now. If she's altered the property, that's trespassing and vandalism. Stay on the line if you can. I stayed. Lena came up behind me, arms around my waist. Elias still slept inside. 10 minutes later Mr. Delgado was at the door. Elena answered, angry, then tearful. It's fine. Mom said it was okay. He put me on speaker. Elena, I said, voice level, you don't have permission to be there. You need to leave. She switched to wounded. You're really doing this? To me? With the twins sleeping. I didn't bite. You changed my locks. That's illegal. Mr. Delgado cut in, police are en route. Ma'am, step outside. My mother grabbed the phone. Elias, stop this. We'll fix it when you're back. No, I said. We fix it now. I hung up. 23 minutes later, text from Mr. Delgado, police removed her. Nonviolent, but loud. Locksmith rekeyed everything. Invoice to follow. New keys waiting at my office. My hands shook. Not from fear. From release. Lena whispered, you did it. I nodded. Yeah. Then the voicemail started. My father, if you go through with this, don't bother coming home again. The old reflex rose, guilt, the need to explain. I crushed it. When we flew back, we didn't go to their house. We went straight to Mr. Delgado's. He handed me keys and a folder, timestamps, police report, photos of Elena's furniture stacked in my living room. You're current on rent. This isn't on you. I asked how much. He shook his head. Keep paying on time. And Elias. Boundaries only work if you enforce them. We walked into the apartment. The air smelled wrong, Elena's vanilla candle, her kid's strawberry shampoo. A framed photo of us as kids lay face down. A drawer left open. Small violations, but they felt like fingerprints on my soul. Lena moved room to room, silent, reclaiming space. That night my mother knocked. No warning. Through the door, Elias, open up. We need to talk. I said, text me. We'll talk when I'm ready. Don't be childish. Elena's devastated. The children are asking questions. I felt Lena's hand in mine. Steady. Elena created the consequences, I said. Good night. I walked away. She knocked for another 10 minutes. Then silence. The next weeks were a storm of calls, texts from aunts, cousins, guilt trips disguised as concern. I blocked numbers one by one. No announcement. Just quiet. Then I did the thing that scared me most. I ended the lease early. Lena and I found a small house, 3 bedrooms, fenced yard, 20 minutes from Elias's school, $412,000. Down payment from the account they never knew existed. Private sale. No one's name but ours. When the guilt letters arrived, handwritten, dramatic, I read one aloud to Lena. You've torn this family apart. I folded it. No. They tore the assumption that I'd always yield. I sent one reply, short, calm, final. I did not authorize entry to my home. That boundary was violated. Future contact must be respectful and consensual. Family does not entitle anyone to override consent. I hit send. Muted everything. Months passed. Quiet ones. Elena still tells people I abandoned her. My mother sends birthday cards with no return address. My father called once, voice thin. I didn't think you'd actually do it. I said, I didn't leave. I arrived somewhere else. He was quiet a long time. Then, I'm sorry. For my part. It wasn't everything. But it was something. Elias is 6 now. He has his own room, his own rules. He knows some grown-ups break promises, so we keep ours. I still love them, my parents, my sister. But love isn't permission. If someone you trusted handed your keys away, your safety, your space, your no, would you hand them back? Or would you finally change the lock? Tell me in the comments. Because I'm still learning what it feels like to live behind a door only I can open. Thanks for watching. Do subscribe for more stories.